Hi, thanks for joining me. So today we're going to be taking a look at Megatagmension Blanc Neptune versus Zombies. This is the second in a series of action games that are spin-offs of the Hyperdimension Neptunia series. The first of which being Hyperdimension Neptunia U Action Unleashed. This time around, the game is once again developed by Tamsoft, and you're going to be using the Girls of the Neptunia series to fight enemies in little action arenas, utilizing their special abilities from the RPG games in the series. Now, I didn't play much of the original game, so this is more or less my introduction to the series. Let's take a look and see what I think of it.
This is game industry, a world cradled in a dimension very far away. The goddesses known as CPUs befriended humans there and began attending school to learn more about human culture. But even an exemplary place like this couldn't stop the decline in human births. The Academy's on the brink of collapse.
In conclusion, Game Academy will close its doors forever by the end of the year.
But why? The game just started!
Oh, here we go. We're barely a few sentences in and we're already throwing punchlines.
Are we giving up so easily? I know there are lots of games out there, but this one's special. It has schoolgirls.
So in story mode, you're going to be controlling most of the game from this main menu here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the setup, and we're going to be able to see how we can customize each of the characters in this game. Now, this is somewhat similar to the RPG game where you can equip weapons, equip different clothing, accessories, and things of that nature. There are some unique elements this time around. For instance, as you accrue action points from completing the various missions, you're going to be able to apply those to various stats for each of the characters. Now, of course, ultimately you're going to want to max out all of the stats, and each of the characters has sort of their own unique max stats, but it is nice to be able to kind of customize the characters to your playstyle. If you, for instance, want to focus a little bit more on defense or a little bit more on offense, that is something that you can adjust as you're playing the game. Now, additionally, another interesting feature of this is that each of the weapons has a certain, I guess it's megabytes, a certain amount of storage space, and you're able to apply patches to the weapons, and each of them takes up a certain amount of storage space. So the stronger weapons you get, the more patches you can apply, and the stronger your character is. So you also have an element of customization related to that, which I think is a really cool feature. So, being an action game, this game includes staples of the genre like a weak attack, a strong attack that can be chained into some combos. All of the characters have special abilities that are taken directly from the RPG series, which I think is really fun for fans of the series. As you can see, we're choosing 2 characters for each stage, and the characters play as like a tag team. So at any point you can swap one of the characters out, and that's really useful strategically because some of the characters are better with close range attacks, some are better with long range attacks, so there are times when you'll really want that versatility. Now, each of the stages is only a couple of minutes long typically, and so you have kind of a nice balance between the action sequences and the story sequences. The action sequences are all split up into scenes and cuts, as if you were filming a movie, because the premise is that Blanc and friends have decided to film a zombie movie, and it just so happens that zombies have actually shown up at the school.
Who would have thought such a cute doggy could turn into a terrifying zombie? But then, that means maybe the zombies we've been battling until now are actually...
You're exactly right. The zombies are, in fact, students from the Academy.
What? But how?
Let me explain. They've turned into zombies by...
Wait, I figured it out. It's because of weird DNA-altering stuff that leaked from that satellite, right? I mean, if we're talking zombies here, everyone knows a toxic leak from a satellite is always the cause.
No, the cause was actually a virus strain that originated from somewhere aboard the cruise ship.
So, it's not the satellite?
I think when it crashed into the academy, the virus leaked and infected the students.
Wait a minute. How do you know all this?
I suddenly remembered. I was an agent dispatched from a secret organization to prevent this hazard from becoming an epidemic. The creators of the virus, the N organization, intercepted me and sealed my memory so that I wouldn't remember any of this. If only I remembered much faster.
So as you can tell, the student film sequences in this game are delightfully cheesy, and a lot of the, I think, just joy and charm of this game comes from seeing all of the characters that you know and love from the RPG series transplanted into this alternate reality, and just enjoying watching them interact with their, their personalities are wholly intact, so a lot of the usual hijinks ensue. Additionally, the gameplay is pretty fun, so I think there's quite a bit to like here. Unfortunately for me, though, I do have some pretty significant criticisms of this game. Some of those may just be personal, and they may just have to do with my expectations, but after I ended up playing through this game from start to finish, I felt like I had an idea of how the kind of the end gameplay would play out, and I was really excited to partake of that. But things didn't turn out quite the way I was expecting, and I just really wasn't pleased with the direction that the game seemed to go. For instance, you have such a wide range of characters available in the game, and other games in the series will have you do things like try to max out all of the characters, or try to max the lily ranks between all of the characters and things like that. Certainly that can be grindy, but I think it can also be a lot of fun, and I was looking forward to having an excuse to play through with each of the characters that I hadn't given a lot of time to, learn their play styles, level them up to max level, and just keep enjoying the game. Unfortunately, come to find out, most of the endgame stuff just doesn't seem to focus on that at all. In fact, it's more focused around just having a core group of, 1 or 2 or 3 characters that are really strong, and then like grinding out loot and bosses and playing like an online multiplayer mode. Now, certainly, this seems to have worked for some people. I've seen people say, good things about the game, but this just doesn't interest me at all. I really don't want to play a Neptunia game like online multiplayer. I have no idea if it's like versus or co-op or anything like that, but it's not the kind of experience that I'm looking for, and I was really disappointed that it didn't seem like there were really great opportunities to kind of incentivize, playing through with all of the characters again in the story, aside from the fact that you actually do unlock some additional scenes when you choose certain characters, combinations for, certain scenes in the, the quote-unquote movie that you're filming. So, I don't think that those aspects of the gameplay were really well integrated, and it was just kind of a big disappointment when I got to the end of the game, because I just felt like there was no incentive for me to keep playing the game, and it was a real downer. So I would say just be cognizant of that going into this game, that your mileage may vary. So certainly I enjoyed my time with this game, but it was only about a 10-hour game for me, and that was a little disappointing. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll join me again for more anime and video game related videos. Take care.